I'm Case Shear. Today I'm here with
Coach Swink,
and today we are looking at the brand new wrestling facility. This is TC Schallenberger Wrestling Center.
Yeah, TC Schallenberger Wrestling Center, named after, a lot of people know Tuffy Schallenberger, that's his dad, and he actually was our first youth wrestling booster president, so kind of cool that it's named after him. The inside, we're going to name after another wrestler, another big donor, Mark Heck, and it's going to be called One Heck of a Wrestling Room. So TC Schallenberger Wrestling Center with one heck of a wrestling room. That's where we're at.
We're going to make our way inside now. We'll see you guys there. So we're now inside of the building. It is currently still being worked on. If you see people working in the background, it's students from the CTC who are doing a very important job in the creation of this building. While we're inside, I have a couple questions for Coach Swink, and we're going to start with the history behind the building.
Okay, a little bit of the history. One, this is the fourth attempt by the wrestling program through the years to try to get a facility other than the balcony in the gym. The other three failed. So kind of the history, we went to the school board last September for the first time, went through a process with the board, architecture, everything done and approved. That took us to about January, and then in March they approved our ability to do it. They said we could break ground when school was out, so we broke ground on June the 5th and started the building right then. So, that's pretty much the history.
Yeah, absolutely. So what were some important steps that were included to start this whole process?
Our important steps were, one, funding was huge because we funded the whole building ourselves as a wrestling program, so that was huge. We have a parents association, we have an alumni association. So the alumni association, they both have played a huge role, but the alumni association is really who facilitated the project. A couple of the members, three of them, several of them, George Harvey, who also coaches here, Jeff Hatfield, who was our youth coach for many, many years, and Joe Saylor, who also coached in the youth program for many years. They ended up being the project managers for the whole project. And they all have construction backgrounds, so it was ideal that they've spent countless hours all summer from June 5th till right now and continuing working to get this project done.
It's good to hear. And a lot of that started right up at our CTC with our students in the workshops, which is awesome, I think, to bring back to Connellsville. So Coach, what was our top contributors to this project?
Top contributor, Mark Heck. He's an alumni, he wrestled here. Mark graduated in 1980. Tuffy Schallenberger, like we said, the building, so the TC Schallenberger Wrestling Center, that's named after his dad. And then, like I said, Mark Heck, the inside, we're calling it One Heck of a Wrestling Room. For Mark, there are two big donors. We talked about George and Jiggs and Joe. I mean, they're huge. A project manager makes about 20% normally of a project, so it's $1 million project, so it's like 200,000 bucks there. We've had some other big donors. Stone and Company have been big donors. Draft Oil Company, J Masonry, they've all been huge contributors. DeWitt Driscoll, former wrestler, his company did all the insulation for the whole building, donated labor, materials, everything, so that was a huge contributor. The Parents Association has been a big contributor. Huffman Auto Sales, who support everything in Connellsville, and then the Brian Martin Foundation. Those have been our big donors, and we've got hundreds of others, which will all be recognized on the donor wall in this building.
All right, Coach Swink, would you have any other further thank yous you would like to give out?
Yeah, I mean, we can't thank everybody that's donated personally. It'd take us a while to do that, but we do want to thank everybody who's contributed labor, time, money, all kinds of things, food for this project. Also would like to thank the school board, because without their approval, we could have never done this. So Mr. Panzella, the board president, and all the board members for their support of us doing this project. But I mean, everybody's been very supportive. Our coaches, our alumni, our Wrestling Parents Association. I'd like to thank all of them, all those people from the bottom of our heart. This is, it's been a long time coming, so we're excited to get the opportunity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, last thing we're gonna talk about future plans and usage.
Yeah, future plans. When we're all the way done, we'll have 3 full wrestling mats, so it'd be like filling our main gym full of mats. That's what it'll look like, equivalent. So we'll have 3 40 by 40 mats with room on each end of the building to, we'll do different types of strength and conditioning work. We'll have bikes and pull-up bars down there. We'll have a rig and our kettlebell, slam balls, all that stuff on this end of the building. We got some storage and an office in here, but they won't be used that much, but it's a nice little thing to have. The other good thing is it's going to be used by our high school program, our junior high program, and our youth program. So everybody in wrestling in Collinsville will get to use this facility, which actually will help the district some because it frees up other facilities that we currently use for practice. So we'll get to do everything right here. We'll even be able to use it for our events sometimes. If we need extra mats, more than what we get in the gym and the Aux gym, we can flow over into here as well. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I agree that from the bottom up, that's all Collinsville. That's good stuff to hear.
It is.
Very strong community. So that's
very strong community. It's and they like wrestling. They always have. I mean, it's a wrestling community. So not that they don't like other sports, because they do, but wrestling's kind of been a blue collar, one spell type of program, and our community's very similar. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having us today,
Thank you,
Coach.
guys.